If you are not bullish on Cardano ADA right now, I don't know what's going on. And let me also tell you that the same thing applies to XRP. I really don't understand why some people are trying to push it down, are trying to say that XRP is not in a good position right now. I just don't understand them, because Cardano and XRP, in my own opinion, are poised for extreme growth. Having said that, right now as we speak, $400 million worth of Bitcoin has just been withdrawn from exchanges. We've also had WorldCoin, which is the project behind Sam Altman, the guy behind OpenAI, ChatGPT, etc., raise over $115 million. Can you just imagine that? At the same time, we have one of the most important figures in crypto predicting that 2023 is going to be an extremely volatile year for crypto, and we've got more, so make sure if you're enjoying these daily crypto news updates that you press that like button. Let us dive in first by saying this. Cardano completes major developments this week, ADA price rally ahead. The Cardano team, Output Global, completed several crucial developments related to key projects. ADA price jumped earlier. Hopefully you guys tuned in, but I was on Around the Blockchain, which is one of BitBoy's shows yesterday, where we talked about Cardano's developments, and a couple of things that we covered were, one, that Cardano is not necessarily going to overtake Ethereum, but from almost any single way you can look at it, they've been gaining ground, and they've been doing significantly better than the competition. And because of how good the Cardano ecosystem is, or is getting, with the amount of total value locked and the amount of projects onboarding, now also hosting some of the bigger AI projects, they are really putting a dent in Ethereum's market cap. Or rather, they're putting a dent in, I'd say, overtaking as a platform. Now, I've stated before what my two main criticism points are for Cardano. One is the lack of the EVM easiness, which a lot of other chains have. But again, that's what you get with major innovation. And second of all, and even third of all, you have the DEX problem. The DEXs that are on there are not so well known in comparison to those of Ethereum. And the same thing goes for stablecoins. It's just something people need a little bit of time for to get used to. Having said that, I have to quote Shakira here by saying, these hips don't lie. I actually mean these charts don't lie though, as if you take a look from the beginning of this year up to now, the total value locked on Cardano has more than tripled from about $49 million to roughly $164 million. And that's pretty insane. Again, let me just quickly paraphrase here and recap by saying, Cardano's growth is immense, and I personally think is going to continue that way. I am extremely bullish on Cardano. And it's not like I ever was really bearish, but right now with things happening the way they are, I've just turned even more excited. Anyway, let us continue on with Arthur Hayes' opinion. If you guys don't know, this is the guy behind BitMEX, which if you've been in crypto for a little while, you know was huge, absolutely huge. And he predicts volatile 2023 followed by a strong Bitcoin rally. He set out a positive outlook for Bitcoin from 2024 onward, and he basically said he did not see Bitcoin breaking all-time high this year. I don't think we'll get up to 70,000 this year. I think next year is when we cross that barrier. Then we get to blow off top 2025, 2026, and then it's Armageddon. He basically revolves his entire theory around the Bitcoin halving though, and that's one of the things we do often on this channel as well, base our ideas on things which have happened in the past. And one of the things I also stand by, very much so even, is the Bitcoin halving and the effect on the price. I think going into the halving, prices tend to go up, and actually following the halving, prices continue to go up until a new all-time high is reached before coming back down. And we've got about a year left before the halving is starting. So I'd say from this point on forward for prices to just go up, going into the halving is not too crazy. But I still do believe that the all-time high should come after the halving, potentially late 2024, something like that. Just quickly giving you guys a nibble at this article, Charles Hoskinson says Cardano is substantially more decentralized than all other cryptocurrencies. I'm not sure if he actually wanted to put Bitcoin in that as well and also take a jab at that, because certainly that's very much debatable. But for a lot of other cryptos, yeah, Charles has made a vision to be better than all of them, and, well, apparently they're putting their right foot before the left foot and moving towards what their goal was. All right, something pretty interesting. Binance teases a collaboration with Cristiano Ronaldo in a new advertisement campaign. I just saw it over on Twitter. They were sharing a couple of different videos from Binance and Cristiano Ronaldo, so that could be a very big ad push coming soon, which could again be a very bullish factor for crypto. If it all of a sudden finds itself everywhere on mainstream TV or on YouTube ads like crazy, that could be pretty big. And then 2 articles were brought to my attention. 52 million XRP bought by whales in the last 3 weeks as they turned bullish, and the whale exodus where $400 million worth of Bitcoin was withdrawn from exchanges. The thing is though, this was apparently $400 million in a single transaction. What I've stated before, any one single withdrawal, and this is very important that you guys understand this, any single withdrawal is not as important if we don't know where the money went to. Very often, these articles are blown way out of proportion by saying, oh, massive $1 billion transfer or something like that, but it just goes back into another exchange, or it's a transfer from within an exchange. If this is just somebody taking the money off of an exchange and it offsets the balance between exchange inflow and outflow, meaning the amount of money going into the exchange and then also out of the exchange, by just getting way more money out of the exchange, that is extremely bullish because that basically means it's less selling pressure on these major exchanges, and especially if it's Bitcoin, which is not as easily sold on a decentralized exchange. People don't often use these multi-chain dexes with Bitcoin. The only thing you can think of is potentially they're going to be using the Lightning Network, or they're going to be doing an over-the-counter sale, an OTC deal to sell their Bitcoin. But even then, as long as it doesn't hit exchanges, you wouldn't know they sold it and they've decided the price internally, so it won't really move the markets at all. And I also have a valid point to make here about the safety of these multi-chain transfers, but I think that's a story due for another day. A lot of this just has to do with the fact that Multichain is having some issues, which is the most used protocol by far to transfer between blockchains. I think they've got like 85, 86, 92 different blockchains to interact with and basically have interoperability within. But let us move on. So we've been putting into question the SEC's authority over crypto for, I'd say, months, years as of this point already. We don't think the SEC has been doing a very proper job, and that's all been shown in XRP's price, XRP's transfers, XRP's whatever, and the same thing goes for Ripple's policy. Now all of a sudden, 52 million XRP was bought by whales in the last 3 weeks. I personally think because right now there's more confidence in Ripple/XRP winning this lawsuit than ever before. And I think it's also because we're just entering that end phase. If I could have told you 2.5 years ago, hey, when the lawsuit started, just kind of skip XRP for the next 2.5 years as they're going to be in litigation. Just trade cryptos like crazy and, buy it a couple of weeks before a decision is made. Buy it somewhere in the middle of May 2023, so you don't have to hold it between 2020 December and May of 2023. I think most people would have said, sure, that's fine. Because again, a lot of people got an average price that is higher than the price that we are at right now. I personally am always an advocate of make sure you buy your way down. Make sure your average price is as low as absolutely possible. But you have to understand a lot of people are not as keen on buying every single week, every single month, every single etc., which leaves them at potentially a higher average price. The point being right here that right now people are noticing the end most likely is extremely near. And so they are massively buying with the anticipation of this being over and with the anticipation of XRP not losing. And again, there's a big caveat, a big little twist right there, which is the only negative result is if XRP, the currency, is actually called a security going on forward. The chance of that, though, is so ridiculously small. Again, I do believe Ripple might have to pay a fine. I do believe Ripple might be in some sort of trouble, but I do not believe that the judge will actually call out XRP's current sales as security sales. And honestly, that's one of the main reasons why I'm continuing to buy this XRP every single day. If you guys did not know, I have an entire channel on AI stuff and I'd say more financy stuff. And one of the things which I always find so peculiar is Sam Altman's WorldCoin, this idea of the new crypto. Sam Altman's Tools for Humanity has raised $115 million for WorldCoin. Its effort to build an identity and financial network by giving away free crypto tokens to people who agree to get their irises scanned is it's wild to me. The Series C was led by Blockchain Capital and joined by A16Z Crypto, Bain Capital Crypto, and Distributed Global. Yeah, and I understand the venture. I understand why you would invest in all this, but I wouldn't understand why I'd want to participate in all this. I don't think this is tools for humanity. I think this is tools for destruction, even though I am extremely bullish on AI. Once more, guys, with XRP/Ripple, we're entering the end phase. I don't think it's going to be taking too much longer. Even Brad Garlinghouse himself said it should be over in the next couple of weeks. As again, even in different cases, right now it's being more and more apparent that the SEC is quite incompetent and the SEC shouldn't rule over crypto. I had a very hefty debate yesterday, quite late night, it was actually 3 a.m. for me, over on Twitter Spaces, with about 15,000 people watching, and we were discussing a little bit about the SEC's approach to crypto, and I personally still think they're doing a horrific job and they can't get better. All we can do is get the SEC out there, or specifically get Gary Gensler taken out of his position. But that's just my thoughts, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure you press that like button, and I hope to see you guys back tomorrow in another crypto video, potentially even late today. Who knows what's going to happen, right? Something crazy pops up, I'll be sure to let you know. So also, and this is just for you right now, make sure you put that notification bell on, because what if something crazy happens? You want to be notified. Worst case, you don't press the notification, but at least make sure you get the news, you see a little bit of what the title is all about, because sometimes you only have snip moments to quickly react. Which is why I'm telling you, put those notifications on, and I'll see you guys again whenever there's some crazy news to be covered.